Hi viewers, in this video we will discuss about what we do when media or data is not required anymore. So how do we dispose it safely and securely? It doesn't matter if data is on electronic medium or it is paper or in any other formats. We need to dispose of it properly. We might have this amazing defense in depth, but then we throw paper out, paper with sensitive data. If I was an attacker, well, that is where I would look for. Let's start out with paper disposal. Normally, we have had shredder. They take the paper, they put it through the shredder, make sure shredding process is done completely. Never ever throw sensitive data out in the trash. We have many more options of how we destroy the data, and we pick the option that is most appropriate for what we are getting rid of. We have to know which type of disposal works on which type of media. If we are talking about storage shapes, then we could technically degauss them or shred them. If we are talking about solid state drive, SSD drives, well then we can't degauss. Or if the media is damaged, for example hard disk, where we can't encrypt or overwrite it, then we need other controls in place that will compensate for that. Starting out with deletion, that is just for deleting your file on whatever system you are on. It removes the file from the device, but the path is still there. The file is not gone. It's not going to stay there forever, but it is going to stay there until that location is overwritten. The same with formatting. If you format a hard drive, everything is still there. It just put a new file structure over the old one. Everything here is still in the same location until something is written on top of it, which then brings us to overwrite or clearing. This is done by having a program write all zeros or all ones or a random character every over every bit on the drive. In most cases, that is probably enough, but there have been cases where people were able to retrieve data from a drive that had been overwritten. Another pitfall here can be, what do you do when you have a damaged drive? You can't overwrite that, or if it just sectors are damaged, then can still contain valid data. And if we can't overwrite them, well, that data is still there. We can also choose if the device is still functional to encrypt the whole drive, even if we do other sanitation later. It's just another layer in our defense. Purging is where we remove the sensitive data from the system or the device to a point where it is no longer feasible to recover, even in a laboratory environment. Meaning, it doesn't matter how much time and how much money they throw at this, they cannot recover our data. For data destruction, a common type of that could be degaussing, and this is what we would use on spinning disk and anything where the data is stored magnetically. If we are planning to use the drives again, well then really overwriting is the only option, which then brings us to disk shredders. And they are actually very similar to the shredders we use for the paper, except they are giant machines because they have to be able to shred a hard drive. You can also get them in the form of a disk crusher, where they just crush the disk, they don't shred it. They are often much cheaper and much smaller. You put a disk in, they push multiple metal pins through the disk, breaking it, crushing it. But if it is very sensitive data, we would want to use the shredder. Here we have discussed all the different methods to safely destroy the data. Thank you, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.